fortunate enough to pick up another S. Hoper passenger set for high rail. This is a New Haven line heavyweight set, and I've seen these from time to time and just thought they are so cool. And I bought a book, and it had some of the variations that New Haven used in their passenger cars, and I was gonna try to do a bunch of painting of some cars I've got that are in bad shape, and the book was all black and white, so it didn't help me much. And then when I saw this, I was like, maybe this would be a smarter way to go. And the set arrived. It's going to be secondhand, used kind of thing. One of the boxes that the cars came in, it didn't have the insert. It was just someone had wrapped the car in bubble wrap. I found that one wheel set was missing, and I found a little bit of scratches on the top of the observation car here at the end. It's a little hard to see here, but they kind of show up in this flat black paint. And I was gonna enjoy running this, and I don't get very far around the layout, and I hear this clunk, and here the coupler on the observation car is lower than it should be. Let's go down here and see if we can see what I'm talking about. See how much lower that is. So it's getting hung up on switches and crossovers and just, all kinds of things. Anything that it has an opportunity to hang up on, it will. So if we take this car and turn it on its side or tilt over, I wanted to show you how this is just a long shaft that comes off of the truck. And so, with American Flyer AC Gilbert stuff, you can, add a little bit of pressure here, a little bit of pressure there, and you can adjust your trucks. But this is going to be a little different game altogether. Set this over here. And so I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. I was really hoping to see that maybe it was bent down a little bit. Maybe I could gently heat it up and bend that up. And I may still try to do that, because at this point I don't see any other option. Oh, it's just really loose. Okay, well, maybe that'll be a simpler fix than I thought. Yeah, everything is really sloppy. Okay, well, we'll try tightening it up and see if that does the trick. So, not any luck there with the tightening the screws up just a little bit. They weren't, there wasn't just a lot of play in them. So now I'm going to need to take the truck off, and I'll have you join me and see what we can figure out. All right, so here we are with the car upside down and a little bit of a cradle. And when I look at this, there's hardly any distance that it can go. And that one's just basically rubbing on the bottom of the car chassis. And so that's basically what I'm going to have to do with this one, because I've got to get some better height on it. Next thing to do is to take this screw out. That'll let me take the whole truck off, and then I'll bring you back once that's been done. Well, I'm pleased to say the mystery is solved. Off camera, I did some more experiments. Moved with these cars, you can position the coupler at two different places. If you're doing it on traditional curves, you want to have it out here so you get a little bit longer throw on your coupler. And if you're doing a larger radius, you can actually tuck the couplers in, put the cars a little closer together. Anyhow, I tried both those, took the car over the track, did some testing. I was like, man, the problem actually is the uncoupling lever just sticks down too far. So right now the coupler's open, so it's not down very far, but once I close it, look how far down that thing's sticking. And I was like, oh, what can I do to rectify that? And I started looking, and I'm going to have the camera zoom in here a little bit. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. But look, the spring is actually not sticking through the top of the uncoupling bar like it should. I should say it's not going through the hole in the top of the uncoupling bar. It's actually on top of it. So what that means is it's allowing this to hang down too far, I believe. So I'm gonna just gently pull that spring back and then stick it where it should go, and then let's see if that makes any difference. Okay, so what I did is I took a little screwdriver and I gently pulled this corner back, and it popped it up a little bit, and then that gave me enough play to take the other end then and just gently nudge it forward, and it slid in to that hole. And now this uncoupling bar is not hanging down like it was. So let's see if I can do this here one-handed. So when the coupler is closed, like it is there, why does it want to focus on everything but what I wanted to focus on? Now that it's closed, you can see that the uncoupling bar is not hanging down like it had been. It was hanging down quite a bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and reinsert this truck, and then we'll go ahead and take the car over and see if this makes that problem go away. All right, so here we are, moment of truth. I've got the coupler closed, I push it forward, and nope, it catches. All right, so if I were to magically be able to somehow lift this coupler up like this, even in the closed position, it doesn't catch the cross rail there. So, still got more work to do. Okay, so I've got the truck removed again, and what I've determined I need to do is actually put a little bit of a lift in this bar here. Now everything is plastic, so how do you do that? Well, you could use a heat gun, but I know, at least in my case, the heat gun I have, even with a small tip on it, is still potentially going to melt too many of the details and things around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my soldering gun on. I'm going to lower the heat to maybe, I don't know, 350, 400, and I'm not going to actually touch it, but I'm just going to kind of let it be above, and I'll support it back here. And I think as it softens that bar, the coupler itself is gonna gently tip down. I'll just let gravity do the work, and that should prevent any unnecessary melting and damaging things too bad. So that's the plan, and I'll bring it back and we'll see how it works. Here we are, after using some heat. I did touch the bar just a little bit. Yikes. I was able to put a gentle backwards curve to it, putting it up here against the straight edge so that hopefully that shows. And again, I didn't want anything super sharp, but let's go ahead and reinsert this, reinstall the truck, and let's see what happens now. All right, here we are. Coupler is closed, so the uncoupling bar is hanging down and gently pushing forward. Oh, look at that. It clears the cross. Yay! All right, now it's time to put this consist back together.